Hello and what is up guys, Rye here and welcome back to some more automation and of course BeamNG.drive. Today we are building my most powerful car of all time. Yes, no really, this is going to be my most powerful car of all time, I'm not joking. What we're doing is we're sticking a V16 engine into this cheese wedge.
Cheese.
It's literally a cheese wedge with four wheels. I think, I can't recall exactly, this is like I think it's like a 1970s quirky small EV city car. So what we're doing is we're putting a V16 in this thing. It's going to be my most powerful V16 ever. I don't know why, but you can stick a V16 in this body, so I thought why not, honestly. So let's go and build the car itself. We're going to drive it in BeamNG obviously and see how terrible it is, because it's going to be pretty terrible, I'm guessing. Partial aluminum, that's fine. Monocoque, we need that. AHS steel, perfectly fine by me. Longitudinal mounted, mid-engine. We can go push rod. Now, push rod is usually reserved for supercars. And I would say nothing says supercar like a cheese wedge on wheels. Let's continue on to the engine, though. And, of course, 90-degree V16 aluminum, 5-valve per cylinder aluminum. Now, that seems pretty good, right? It fits. It fits with 8 liters. If it's at 12 now. But if we go to push rod, we get a little more wiggle room. We can go all the way up until I think it's 18 liters. So 18.5 liter V16 engine, which is pretty big, I'd say. It's definitely one of the larger engines available for cars. Before we continue with this build, I just want to make a quick announcement. Only a small percentage of you guys actually subscribe. And if you guys like what you see and you want to see more automation in BeamNG, don't forget to click the subscribe button. It's free. Thank you guys so much. Let's continue on with the build. So let's go ahead and give it tons and tons of fuel. And let's just do a race preset and give it an absolutely massive intercool. I'm hoping for 3,000 horsepower fine. I feel like 3,000 horsepower probably is in the realm of doable. We're going to go for super leaded fuel because I've barely ever made a leaded fuel car. And I know Autoflux makes leaded fuel cars, you know, sometimes, occasionally. And I feel like this is definitely a leaded fuel car if I've ever seen one. And the exhaust, let's just yoink that up nice and big. Okay, so the engine's literally killed itself several times over. Let's just give it the best of the best at this point. Easy does it. Nice and easy. 3,000 horsepower in a car that's inevitably going to weigh nothing. Look at this engine. Let's hear what it sounds like. I want to hear what it sounds like. That's not bad at all. I'll take that. We take those. There we go. Here's our cheese wedge looking thing. Let's actually hide the body right now. Let's hide the body. And just go through the motions here real quick. I just like before we choose anything, I just want to see. Look at the engine. Where do you sit? I'm gonna do an interior. I'm gonna do an interior of this car. You're gonna sit on top of the engine. Perfect. Okay. So back to the basics here. Drivetrain. We want all-wheel drive probably. Honestly, I feel like it's needed at this point. Top speed 500 kilometers. 7-speed dual clutch. That sounds about right. It weighs 2,100 pounds, and half of that weight is the engine. The engine weighs, what, 1,300? It weighs 1,035 pounds. So about half our entire weight, just under half, is the actual engine. That sounds reasonable. Semi-slick tires. Let's just give it, like, not too thick, but, like thicker than what it has, because right now it's absolute insanity. Carbon fiber wheels, why not at this point? And just give it some thick brakes, because absolutely insane. Full, like, yeah, that's fine. We don't even need undertrim. That's okay. And it's not going to be a 5-seater. I'm not too sure how you fit 5 seats in there, but yeah, all right. Let's go for tire control. Let's just go for ABS. No safeties needed, and just like give it some like default stuff here. So it weighs 3,400 pounds, which is pretty heavy for this tiny wedge. 0-60 in a very reasonable. It's a brisk 2.2 seconds, faster than any car, any production car ever. 2.2. That's not bad, I feel like. I feel like that's pretty acceptable for a car. That's very acceptable. Let's just go a little bit bigger here. What happens? The tires blew out. Well, that's a darn shame, really. Let's see now. Top speed, 505 kilometers an hour. 505. 500 kilometers. This car can go 500 kilometers an hour. You guys may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Okay, this is fine. This is all fine. So what I'm gonna do is design this car, and there's not a ton to design really for this car. This car is absolutely perfect as it is. Let's go to the windows, transparent. So I'm gonna put an interior in this thing. It's gonna be like my last tiny car interior. I just wanted to have some sort of an interior. because I feel like you deserve to sit on this beautiful, beautiful engine. So what we're going to do is design the car in a quick time lapse, and then we'll test it in BeamNG. And I want to see how terrible this car is, because it's so bad. It's so terrible. Sit back, relax, guys, and as always, I hope you enjoy. And finally, we're designing our cheese wedge supercar. I just did a bit of tweaking for the engine, chassis, and stuff to make it a bit lighter, etc. It costs a lot more, though. The car doesn't really take much to design. I'm just putting on these really easy headlights, and I think they suit the car perfectly with this sort of slotted grille as well, and then one big bumper with a bit of a yellow accent on front. Of course, the car is yellow. It is quite a cheesy color. Put some wacky rims on it, some simple mirrors, some massive exhausts to stick on the side. This thing has got a lot of power. It needs to exhaust all those air, whatever they exhaust. I'm not really a car scientist. I don't know. So what I'm going to do now is design the interior, putting one big old comfy chair right in the middle, along with a steering wheel. Of course, it's got to be a classic theme for this classic looking kind of car. The engine is, of course, right above where our buttocks sits in the car, so I'm going to put a piece down there to make it look like the actual flat floor. There's like zero legroom at all for the entire car, but that's totally fine. Making a column now for the steering wheel, adding some details to the front. We're going to add a dashboard off to the side with some dials and gauges just to add a bit more, you know, finesse to this beautiful vehicle, adding a quick radio and the rear bumper and a few tweaks here and there with the bumper, the taillights, etc., making sure they actually function, because, you know, that's really important obviously in our perfectly amazing wedge machine. Just tweaking the final bits of the taillights and stuff, etc., and the actual chassis, the gearing, the spacing, etc. And in front of us we have the cheesy 3000 hypercar V16 twin turbo 3000 horsepower thingamajigger. Alright guys, like I said, this is the cheesy 3000, the brand new 2020 model. It doesn't even have any badges because honestly I don't think we need badges where we're going with this thing. So 7-speed dual clutch, like I said, 3000 horsepower, just over, 8.5 liters of pure animalistic fury. Look at those eyes. Those are the cold-blooded eyes of a killer if I've ever seen them. But anyways, guys, so the design is, it's pretty basic. The interior is what I want to show off the most. So we've got in there, we'll go in there a little bit. We've got our fuel unleaded only percentage, which is weird because our vehicle runs on leaded fuel, so I'm not too sure. You know what? It's a concept car, okay? We also have our oil pressure, our oil temperature, our water temperature. It's negative 31 degrees Celsius. That's pretty cold for water, I would say. It's probably freezing. We got a nice little radio. It's a Blue Point branded, you know, built-in stereo system we got. You know, there's no speakers, but you got the radio. Don't ask how this works, okay? The pedals are right next to the driver's seat. And right next to, I mean, like, to the left of it. To the left of the driver's seat. The steering wheel is mounted and it's called nice and fine. We got some switches there. There's no key ignition because, honestly, no one's stealing this car. If you're stealing this car, then you are a complete madman. Fuel cap's right there, nice and plain. It's nice and simple. The seat, you know, you got a lot of leg room. Your legs probably bump up against the steering wheel. And besides that, I mean, like, I don't know how you can drive properly. The throttle is on the left. That's pretty weird. But you know what? I'm sure overall the cheesy 3000s, it's probably fine. I'd say it's probably fine. What we're going to do is hop into BeamNG.drive. I want to test this thing 0 to 60. Let's go in the quarter mile. Let's see what it can do, if it can do the quarter mile at all. It doesn't explode on me. Then we're going to hop into a track and see if it can drive on a track, if all goes well there. And then we're going to take it for a jump in the jump arena and see if this thing is any good jumping. So I'll see you guys in BeamNG.drive in a sec. So we're in BeamNG.drive with the cheesy 3000, and it looks like moldy cheese in the inside. That looks so bad, it's good. Oh, I love that. Okay, so we're here with our cheese wedge shaped supercar. This is the drag strip. Obviously, the most important factor for any car, any tiny car like this, is how fast it can go on the drag strip. I've got a bad feeling about this, guys. I don't think the car is going to be able to go down the drag strip properly. It still runs. It's here in BeamNG. I don't think I've actually noticed before driving it. I haven't driven it yet. Before driving it, I noticed that it shakes a little bit if we just rev it up a little bit. Yeah, that seems like a feature for a cheese wedge shaped car. Right in the rear here, and let's just do a launch down the drag strip. We'll launch it in manual 1. Oh god. Yeah, my steering wheel is having a tantrum. Very usable car. It's very usable. Let's try that again. Maybe if I feather the throttle, it'll be a little easier. Let's take off traction control. We don't have that? Okay, we don't need it anyways. Oh, God. It's so bad. Try number 3. Alright, guys. Try number 3. Let's do it. Come on. Third time's a charm. Can we do it? That's a victory in my eyes. 10.7 in the quarter mile. Not even full throttle, obviously, because this car was absolutely garbage at any throttle. 10.7. You know what? We'll take that. I'd say, is that like up there for... No, it's not even top 50. Well, I tried my best. Let's go to free roam here. Well, oh, okay. We'll go to free roam, I guess. Should we try again? Should we try again? We'll try one more time, I guess. 4 times the charm, because I didn't press free roam. Yeah, I definitely should have pressed free roam, I feel like. Alright, we're here in free roam. Now we can just cruise around and enjoy the cheesy 3000. And, like, it is literally a tin can on wheels. The entire thing shakes very violently. I feel like cars shouldn't do this. It wants to pop a wheelie, too. Let me just launch it. No, you just get a ton of wheel hop. Can it do wheelies? Almost. It can almost do wheelies. I feel like thicker tires and rear wheel drive, this thing be popping wheelies. This thing is just absolutely terrible in every way. Let's hop into the automation test track. Let's do the handling circuit, because I don't want to do the full race track, because it just seems absolutely terrible. We're going to do the automation test track handling course with the cheesy 3000 1 lap, because I can only do 1 lap before I have a nervous breakdown. And we'll see if we can finish a lap and see what kind of time we get. And it's just get a feel for how this thing actually drives under real world conditions, because obviously nothing says real world conditions like 3,000 horsepower in a 2,500 pound cheese wedge car. First person it is this time. We're gonna stay in 4th, maybe, because there's so much power already. Yes, no revs, please. Oh my gosh, it likes to slide. It's so powerful. We're in 4th. We'll just stay in 7th, honestly. I want to say, like, I've gotten like 1 minute laps on this track, and we're already at 40 seconds. On the plus side, you know what? It'll give me a second to tell you about this episode's sponsor, which is myself, I guess. I don't have a sponsor, so just make sure to subscribe, guys. I guess I don't have a sponsor. Okay, it says slow, I think, up ahead. Let's take it slow, real slow. Oh, let's go in 3rd person. How's the car looking? To be honest, it looks kind of okay, actually. On gravel, does not like the gravel. Well, on pavement, it's not bad. Braking, or letting off the throttle is a little sketchy. Yeah, it's not good. Let's back up. Nope, back up, please. It's so bad. I'll leave a link to download this car in the description down below if you guys want to download it. But just know, the newest automation update coming soon is going to pretty much destroy all of our cars, which kind of sucks. But, you know, at the same time, you know, we get the turbo update. So if you guys want to check it out while you can in the newest version of automation. Also, make sure to join the Discord link in the description, because that's just fun. After this, we'll take it for a jump real quick, because obviously, you know, no episode's complete without jumping a car, apparently. Because that's a lot of fun. This car's theoretical top speed is 500 kilometers an hour at the gearing. So I feel like we do a pretty good jump. Doesn't weigh too much, it's got tons of power, it looks really sharp, very aerodynamic. Actually, it pretty much is quite aerodynamic for the time. For like the 1970s, it's probably pretty aerodynamic. 225 somehow isn't my worst time ever. Somehow it's almost top 50. I mean, it's 40 seconds off, but I feel like that's pretty close to my top 50. We're gonna hop into the jump arena. We'll jump this thing, finish off with that, and give the cheesy 3000 a little bit of a send-off. So lastly, we're in the jump arena with the cheesy 3000. We're kind of sort of, we're seeing through the earth there for a second. That's okay, we're gonna go and just sort of enjoy this really weird camera, I guess, because I have it set here for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but we'll deal with it. It's fine. Oh gosh. It's actually kind of stable. I take that back. Oh god, it's not stable at all. Oh my god. We're jumping it. It's jumping whether it likes it or not. Where are we? Okay, we still have a little bit of a ramp left. We can do it. We can do it. Come on, Cheesy. You got this. You got this. Wow. Very majestic. Let's try that again. Let's try that in proper camera this time. And not try to destroy the car. Oh god, it's already terrible. Let's take it a little slower maybe. Let's just brake a little bit. Let's get some speed towards the end maybe, because it doesn't matter at the end. We'll be fine. Let's just stay in 7th. We're braking, we're braking. Steady, 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 steady. Whoa, steady. The brakes have been cooked. Can we stop here? Stop here. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're good, we're good. Yeah. No, this car's not gonna do it. But on the plus side, we can see this thing roll down the hill as my steering wheel freaks out. Hey, look at that, we stuck the landing. That's a victory. If it still drives, it wins. Oh, we lost the wheel. We didn't need that anyways. Look at that. Like new. Right off the showroom floor. 3-wheel drive is in now, to be honest. Well, guys, I think that's enough of the cheesy wedge for me today. If you guys want to see more automation, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord linked in the description. Another video is coming tomorrow. It's not going to be automation, so stay tuned for that. And then automation's the day after, and so on and so on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you next time. Yeah, no, it still doesn't drive.